What do want to tell a lot about you? Space one
Welcome everybody to Crimes Against Roleplay. With your host, Sodalar. We are here to have a good time. I can see Chief Funk Rescue in the chat. Raise your hands for Chief Funk. And welcome to the chat, Elf Hunter. And last but not least, give it up for Space Roadie. Get yourself comfortable, get a drink, we got 4 minutes left before we start the show. New arrival in the chat. It's Industry Trust. What is that? I appear to have a trumpet in my ear. It's my ear trumpet. I hope you guys are having a good day. Cause I'm here to solve another crime against roleplay. Prowling the streets. In it with his hat and the detective uniform. Finding out who killed John Roleplay. Whether it is out of character questions or asking the game master questions directly, nobody will escape his sight. The police don't want him to work at all. In fact, they tell him to stop calling in. They are not real crimes. But nobody told him that. At least nobody credible. So he's still out there harassing YouTube channels, finding out what crimes are being committed against roleplay to bring justice. My ear trumpet has been struck by lightning is indeed a very long channel name. Alright, and with that, I'm gonna switch us over. Yo. Hold on a second. My filters, they're not working. Ugh. I got this. There we are. Hello and welcome everybody to Crimes Against Roleplay with me, Detective Sonalar. And I'm here once again to find out what crimes against roleplay are being committed in the streets. John Roleplay is out there, trying to have a good time, trying to stay in character, trying to find out how to act without asking the game master for permission, sharing his turns, keeping them short, saying where he is, what he does, speaking in character. You know, it's not that hard. It's a simple life, but it's honest work. Meanwhile, out there in the streets, there are people prowling, looking to hurt him. They invite him to a role-playing session, but they have other things in mind. Now, I'm just a humble detective, you know, coming here with my cigar, just trying to find out if I can get to the bottom of this case, you know? You know how it is. Now, who is here checking what I'm looking at? We got Nobody Wakes the Bugbear. Welcome, Warden. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you support. My A Trumpet Struck by Lightning, the Spawner. We have Elf Hunter, In Dice We Trust, Space Roadie. Thank you guys, you're showing up in full force. Now, I have to be honest with you. I do not know them. For me, all of these people, they could be victims themselves. They might be the violators I'm looking for. They are role-playing what is known as Promethean Decreed 2nd Edition. Now, who in this room has heard about Promethean Decreed? Because I have not. I don't even know if it counts as a role-playing game. But we are here to find out. They have been playing at this point for 5 sessions. And we will hop over to look at what we're looking at. There we go. The channel is known as Stream of Blood. It has been recommended to me as before this, let's say, anonymous caller, before he discovered 4D Roleplay, he said, "Oh, this group, this is good roleplay. I like this group." So he submitted it for review to look at the case and see if John Roleplay would have fun here. Now, of course, I will have to say, it was streamed in the years of our Lord 2021. Or, 1921, of course. So it's been a few years. They don't know what we know. It was before the illuminated timeline of the 4D handbook, the beginner's 4D handbook, which you can buy for free on Drive-Thru RPG in my description right now, with all the hot tips. They have never played the 4D mixtape, which is released literally a week ago. Also, pay what you want for free in the description down below. You can get it right now. Actually, if you've never heard of them before, I do recommend open up the link in the description. Check it out. You can pay what you want. You can get it for free and just see what you like. Multiple games in there, over 160 pages, 15 people working on it together to give you something to role play with. Not just something, but like over 10 different games and scenarios and more. With a lot of passion behind it. I myself, I count myself a bit of an artiste, which means I get really depressed and don't draw anything for 2 weeks, even though I agreed to draw something for the book. That kind of artist. But hey, we got something in, we got something locked down, we put it in there. My name is on the cover, that's all I wanted. And not on the cover, like page 2 or 3. I'm a doodler. I'm a scribbler. It's all passion, all thriller, no filler. Okay, enough advertisement. We are here. Okay, stop it. Stop. I'm not here to sell out. I'm not here to sell out. I'm here to defend the city. Yeah, that's what it's about. Now, what happens if they don't roleplay, guys? You know, what should be the appropriate punishment if we see mistakes in their home game on the internet? What do you reckon, guys? What do we do with these people? Well, I report them to the police. But I've yet to hear back from them. So it might be 50-50 if they get arrested for this. But what we could do is write down a list underneath my frame. A list of things they could do better, to look out for, on how to improve roleplaying. Okay. This radio voice is going a bit hard on me, but I'm having so much fun. Let's see what we got in chat. We got some Stream of Blood. Yes, this channel is called Stream of Blood. Feel free to check them out if you feel like it. It's a relatively small channel, like 6,000 viewers, 6,000 subscribers. Is Jared Logan GMing? Yes, apparently he is. I've heard like Josephine apparently is an actress who does like multiple shows. They talked about it before, and like about Magic the Gathering and some Dungeons and Dragons stuff. So I don't know the other names. If you know them, tell me about them. This group is pretty world class. It's also the Haunted City crew playing Blades in the Dark. Oh, I see. Stream of Blood was absorbed by the Glass Cannon podcast a few years ago. See chewing the scenery, crimes against acting. if they want to review my shtick, they're more than welcome, because I'm working here like with like two pennies, rubbing them together, making all of this work. You know, like it's tough out here. It's tough. It's got a crack soon. Need a cigar? Need a cigarette? Yeah, man. I do need a cigarette. Okay, let's see. The only thing I know about them is their pronouns. Yeah, it's a bunch of they thems, even though they look, they look pretty manly to me. But if they wish to make me uncertain about their status, that's fine. I don't really care. I don't even think it's important. Actually, I don't know if it's them as people or their characters. That would be the first thing that I'm completely unsure about, the way this is titled. At least Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III, that one's clear. Achille and the Cyprian, very nondescript, but it's fine. Those are small peanuts to me. Things that you find out at the start of a session. Ross is top level. Abu was and is in Game of Thrones, the new version. So, we are talking literal actors then. Well, let's find out. I skipped some of the prologue. We can go back a bit just to make sure that we are catching it. And I'm double checking with you guys that you guys can hear them. Do let me know.
100%. Right. Yeah. Yeah, lots of metal bands wear masks. Squar. Just yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember going to my first ever concert, actually, or like festival, was Sonosphere, which was a metal festival. It was with a really good friend of mine.
All right.
Like, I think it's the.
I did skip the first 14 minutes. We are still in the pre-talk. It's fine. It's fine. I just want to see the role play. That's what I'm here for. Like, I might care about the personal life, but okay, I'm here on the schedule. I got an hour. I got 65 minutes to share with you all. So let's see if we can help them. Okay, we can help them.
Dio before he passed away. The heavens opened as he performed.
Holy
incredible.
shit! You saw
Yeah.
fucking Dio?
Yeah, man. I was like this far away from him, and he was like, it was just brilliant. And literally, I'm telling you, the heavens opened, and I was like,
All right, that's very cool, but do your role play.
so
Wow.
After your last adventure
go.
With Ulysses in Centralia, Pennsylvania, where you witnessed the creation of a horrible sublimatus Pandoran and barely escaped. Well, you escaped. Actually, you didn't barely escape. You escaped cleanly and with some HP to spare. I will say, if you have lost some hit points, or rather health levels, as we call them in the world of darkness, go ahead and restore everything 1 level. So if you have lethal, turn it into bashing. If you have bashing, turn it into no damage at all. I don't think anybody took aggravated last time.
I did. I got 4 aggravated.
Oh, holy shit. Okay, turn that into lethal.
Okay.
And you know, so that's interesting. And at the beginning of today's session, Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III is, you know, that doll arm has a crack in it. She is looking a little worse for wear, like a kid didn't play with her very well. Kind of bashed her against the dollhouse door a couple times. So you're hurting a little bit.
This is a good start. Now, dear agents, like my deputies, have you seen anything that happened here? We are still leading into the game. It's a pre-talk. We are doing a bit of bookkeeping. Now, do we need to talk about hit points and health levels and all of this? Giving you a couple seconds to think on it. I don't think so. Now, why? What could be the problem here? Well, it's not in character. We are talking about the rules. We are not... If this is just giving information to the players so that they have the correct number of points for the fairness of the game, right? If it's for the fairness of the game, you can say, as we start the session, everybody recover a health level. And you go from there, right? It's short, it's to the point. We are not discussing the rules in front of everybody. Now we are at part 5 of this game, so the players have done this at this point at least 3 times already. The players should know. If the players don't know, you can bring it up once at the start of the session so they know, because we have officially started the game. But, you know, different tables, different vibes. It might take them a second to get into character, so let's getting some bookkeeping out of the way. I understand. It's a bit, you know, for me it's too much bookkeeping, but I understand.
You have one other thread to follow up, which is the rumors of these angels, Achille. But I want to know what the party would like to do. Just how do they heal their wounds? How do they take a rest? Where do they go? What do they do?
A good question. My ear trumpet has been struck by lightning. What does HP to spare look like? It's very, very weird phrasing, because Jared Logan is already betraying that HP is a resource to be spent and not the literal lifeblood keeping your body standing and keeping you from collapsing to the ground. HP is not something you spare. So he's not thinking like a character living in this world. He's thinking about the characters as pawns to be moved and manipulated. And that's just through the language itself. I'm not making any value judgments here. That's what he's saying on its face.
gonna say, did we stay at the the place that we were at last? Could we have possibly?
All right, what is the party doing at the start of the session? It's one way to do it. I prefer to call out a player by name. Like I would say Miss Mary. And that would be a prompt for the player to act. Another thing I would do is set the scene. Now. And by setting the scene, the players know where they are and what they have been doing. And the players can decide to pick it up from there. You can also stop talking. This is an ancient technique, you know? An ancient technique long forgotten. Only like masters of roleplay do this one. Stop talking. It's easy, it's simple. The players can take charge because you step off the podium and let them take the reins. And some players, they might be uncomfortable, they might not know where they are and what they're doing. So setting the scene is the alternative. So right here we have Abu Bakr Salim asking the Game Master questions of where they were staying because he doesn't know. That to me, if you could do this again, you can take a guess and just say that you are still at this hotel or describe the place that you stayed in last session. You can also assume there was a time skip and you're back home, taking a shower, organizing your notes, something like that. It's up to you. It's your turn.
Because I would have probably have tried to use the machine in order to heal.
Yeah.
Like at the garage?
Yeah.
Oh, so you want
Would have tried to use the machine to heal. Describe your character spending time with the machine to recover his wounds and take care of his battered body. Same action, one is in character, the other one is talking about mechanics.
to stay in Centralia and kind of continue to kind of experiment with that machine.
Well, yeah, just to heal us before we go on our journeys.
Yeah.
'Cause if that's able to kind of give life, then surely that might be able to help.
I would say I like this, the way Abubakar talks. That already makes me feel, oh, he's talking in character now. He made the switch from out of character, asking questions, to framing it in character. Well, if it does have the ability to heal, we should use it. I like this. It changed a small change in tone and demeanor. It's very effective here.
You want to
Reinvigorate.
experiment on us.
a very interesting.
I'm valuable. Yes.
A very interesting idea. So, what I would like for you to do, Mr. Achille, is use your best stat, occult, and add that to your intelligence.
Okay.
And as you look through the equipment left by Ulysses, you can determine if there's a way that you might heal your friend, Miss Mary Rose Priscilla III.
Now we might have a bit of a wordy GM here. That's very interesting. What I would like you to do is X with Y. And when I hear this, what I hear is filler word, filler word, filler word. I want you, filler word. Now I had enough time to look at my book to see what role would be reasonable for this. We got Elf Hunter here. Just roll. Now, as a game master, you can say, okay, please roll your occult with intelligence. There you go. Now, I assume he says all of these filler words and those, oh yes, good idea, positive reinforcements stuff, like, man, Look, in my line of work, you don't need positive reinforcements. You do it for the love of the game. But I understand. Some people, that's how they talk, so it's fine. At the start of the game, you might be still organizing yourselves of what skill role is appropriate for what challenge. So, buying a bit of time, that's what's happening here. I'm not grilling Jared Logan just yet. We can continue.
Okay.
And willpower, Jared? Sorry,
Willpower, willpower. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. Last time I gave you a roll to see if your humanity went down, and I realized you.
Why is Josephine asking? It's not her role. It's not her character. You don't need to ask. You can stay silent and let them resolve this role. Now, what would be the crime here if he does? The crime is maybe you mismanaged the rules slightly, or, as we find out, the Game Master has a justification for it and you could have just rolled with it anyways. Seems like Abu was expecting the life-giving machine to become a healing machine for some reason.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Last time I gave you a roll to see if your humanity went down, and I realized you ate the flesh of Ulysses. Like,
Right.
I can, as the storyteller, I can just say your humanity goes down. So I'm gonna put it to you this way: take your.
I feel very bad for Jared that he feels the need to justify his actions because, yes, you ate the flesh of Ulysses, your humanity goes down. Very, very reasonable. We are not. I feel a bit bad. I was not expecting Josephine to be a rules lawyer, but man. Okay, if anyone in chat knows the rules to this game, Promethean Decreated 2nd edition, let me know if this is reasonable or unreasonable. I do not know the rules. All I know is how to roleplay. That's literally all I have going in my life, guys. It's fine. That's all I got. But do let me know.
Your humanity down a level, but fill your willpower. That's the deal I'm offering you. Do you like that deal? If you don't, then leave your willpower where it's at.
So just get my willpower back. Yeah, I'll take it back and I'll have my humanity go down. Why not?
Okay, yeah.
Please.
So Miss Mary Rose, your humanity goes down 1 level. How did we do?
4 out of
4
the
successes.
Like this one, please don't hate me, but I'm going to use the rules from the book that we all agreed to play. Now that can go both ways, right? Like one of them is the rules lawyer trying to nail you down. Like, now we bought the book, let's play it by the book. And the other one is I'm trying to make the rules make sense. So I'm taking liberties with the rules to keep in line with the verisimilitude of the world. So yes, if you eat the flesh of Ulysses, you will lose a point of humanity. I can see both ways. GM definitely doesn't need to justify it, but the way he said it made it seem like he's doing it retroactively. That might be the case. It might be taking accounting for something that happened last session. That kind of stuff of, oh, that would make sense, and then putting it in now.
massive tank of rolls that I get.
Yeah.
All right. So you are aware, Achille, and maybe your friends are not, that electricity always carries a bit of the divine fire within it. And that means that Prometheans, and not every Promethean is aware of this, can heal themselves using live electricity. Even Galatean Prometheans, or even
That's so
even
dope.
Osiran Prometheans. And in fact, this thing is connected to, a power line, this machine that, so you're not using the machine for what it was used for, but you can use its sort of conduits and its electrical outlet for, you basically have a junction box. So you can use that junction box to kind of heal yourselves.
I kind of mentioned this to the team, sort of, kind of go over to the junction box and wave over Miss Mary Rose towards me.
Yeah.
As I before, and how do I do this, Jad? Do I just take the wire and like stick it in her face, or like?
All right. The game master described some mechanical stuffs about Prometheans. There are different versions. Now we skipped. We all skipped 4 parts. We don't read the books. We are missing a bunch of context. But for me, I would be, if I was at the table, I'm sure all of those was useful information. And Salim here is waving Miss Mary over, and he doesn't know how the machine works. Now, if you are role-playing, this might happen to you, right? We are playing a sci-fi game, and you're playing a droid, and your friend says, "Droid, hack the door." And you don't know how to hack a door. But you might just assume that you have a hacking chip, that you have a cable, that you have an appendage, and you shove it into the console next to the door. Or you pry open the electronics and twist some cables around. Or you pull out a little gadget and you pry open the maintenance panel and slap that gadget onto the cables and watch numbers flicker by. It's allowed for you to just imagine how it works. Now, if the machine here is a very particular artifact, like a magic item in D&D, with very clear rules, I think the Game Master already described that it's possible to heal. You rolled high enough on your occult check that you figured it out. Now that you figured it out, it is up to you. It's your player responsibility to make the scene go a bit faster and just come up with how it works. Tell her, open your mouth and shove the cable down her throat. Or expose your neck and like jam it into the spine. It might hurt, might prick, might be like giving you shock of pain. But after it's done, it has healed you. Come up with something creative. This is a lot of role-playing. It's a creative exercise of your imagination. Use it. Don't lose it by asking the game master like an IKEA manual. Like, what do I do for step 14? Well, you take the Allen key and you turn the key around counterclockwise 3 times. It's boring. Yeah, Elf Hunter, good catch. This kind of Jared Logan is using a lot of language to couch everything he's doing, which is not helping the roleplay. You can just state the things how they are. If you're wrong, you can correct yourself at a later point, or you can just roll with it. But it does give lots of uncertainty to the players and actually makes them more prone to asking questions. Now, if you guys have any notes that you want me to write down on my notebook here, let me know.
Actually, how do you do it, Achille? You 4 successes say that you have some facility with this. You're not completely you kind of know how to pull it off. At least right. You have the book learning at least to do it.
Yeah.
So do you want to just kind of pull the live wire out and kind of stick it into Miss Mary Louise?
No.
I like this. on principle. Ah, yes. Well, you tell me. That's enough. Right? The player asks a question. You can do what we do and say, I don't answer questions. I run the world. But we established that in the session. Zero, we established that before playing the game. This group has not, so he is stuck. How do I do this? And I like this. You tell me. Just those 3 words are enough. You tell me, Achille. How do you do this? Good. No fuffing about.
Because that's
Mary Rose,
just,
rather.
just add whatever names you want.
Right, no.
Louise,
John Jacob
the
Eagle Hire Schmitz.
Mary Louise, Parker, Priscilla.
I think I'm gonna because I've got a bit of damage, so I'm going to sort of, before I do, I'm going to first of all I'm going to look to Miss Mary and be like, I know you are hurting.
Yes.
No, not here, but here. And I kind of hit my chest hard. And I kind of look at you and I'm like, this path you go down, stop before it takes over.
What other path do I have? I was created in this. I didn't have to choose this. I didn't get to choose. Everyone that becomes human, perhaps you have something ahead for you. But if I become human, I'm just a child. No one looks at me the same way, no matter what.
Baby voice. Well, roll on body. She is a literal actress, so she is doing the acting. Now, people new to this channel, if you watch this, you don't need to act to roleplay. If you want to act by putting on a voice, it's up to you. Now, this one is a bit tough on the ears, but I'm fine. What I liked about Achille, he was using motion. He's actually taking advantage of using a camera in a role-playing game. He's pointing at places on his body, like your heart is not here, your heart is here, and he's thumping it. So he is adding great elements of movement to the scene. You got like floating head city. Yes, it's kind of floating head. Now, they might have established last session where this machine is, but we as viewers, we don't know. They have not narrated this part, and would have been real good if we at least knew like the building, the place, the day or night, something about the surroundings. But I know Salim is role-playing. Miss Mary, she's role-playing, at least right now. I don't even know if the Cyprian is in the room or nearby. I don't know if he knows. We'll find out. Is she gonna roleplay with a child voice this whole session? Please no. Suffer, Elf Hunter.
We will.
Yes. Is there a world in which Miss Mary could become human and actually grow up?
Why is the Cyprian in the scene? I guess he is now, right? He is now. This is reinforcing the floating head syndrome of. Okay, Russ Bryant. I like the voice. I like you acting in character. But to add to the principles, I think we can add this to the list of advice to give. I'm opening up my notes. Anchor your character. That would be my first advice. Not just at the start of the session, although it's very effective at the start of the session. Anchor where your character is in relation to the world. In here, it would be in the relation to the machine. Now, this scene has a very different dynamic if Achille and Miss Mary are alone around this machine, having this conversation, compared to if the Cyprian is also there, standing like the third wheel on a bike. When he influences the scene, the dynamic shifts. So you need this to be a conscious, like make it a conscious choice instead of an unconscious choice through anchoring where your character is.
There is always a world for this. Whatever world we choose to make, it is our oyster.
Yes.
Okay, but do you pinky promise?
She holds out to each of them. Ah!
And just
Why
like,
is this so hard?
Long pinky just like comes up and like wraps it and kind of swears.
Okay. This one is a bit tough to me because we got multiple things going on. We got the Prometheans. So as far as I understand, it's like proto-humans. That's like the whole premise here. They're not human yet. They're trying to become human. She roleplayed being upset, being looked at as a child. You know, they always judge me differently. But then she acts like a child as well. We have like Achille, Salim trying to say like the world is your oyster. But without making that exact wording, and I understand, like that's why everybody broke character for a second, because he could not come up with a different way of phrasing this on the spot. I think that's a classic roleplay issue. Now the pinky promise. Just because you're a child doesn't mean you know what a pinky promise is, so unless you have look, I might be a bit too judgmental. But unless you have an in-character reason to know what a fucking pinky promise is, just as like you promise and keep it at that. Do you promise? There you go. I have a theory that cameras can help with floating heads. If you're not there, no camera. That goes for the game master as well. Not playing on an NPC, then no camera. Haven't tried it in practice. I think you run into the issue. So here's the thing. For me, role-playing has a lots of social dynamics going on. So the same way you role-play on voice chat, like it's slightly different to how you roleplay at the table. Now, but if you roleplay in voice chat and you just turn off the camera if the player leaves the room, you can end up in those situations where you roleplay for like 15-20 minutes and you forgot that the other player is even there because you can see his face. The other thing is, you don't know, the other player might think of, oh, I know of a cool thing I could do, and is looking for a way to enter the scene. But because the camera is off, you cannot anticipate that he's looking for an angle to like interrupt the scene or add to the scene by switching over to what he's doing. I'm happy with turning off the camera when your character is dead, because that adds a bit to the dramatic flair. But at a live table, I don't want to leave the table. I find it more fun to, even if my character is dead, to sit there and see what the rest of the players are doing and participate as an audience. Until I can roleplay somebody else, like take over an NPC or roll up a new character. Or session end, I guess.
Like,
Very good.
Okay, I'll
And-
try.
With that, if we're all connected, I might try and grab the wire.
Yeah.
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 Okay, you're grabbing
You've
the wire.
completed the circuit.
Yes.
Okay, so I went ahead and kind of healed up some because I didn't know you would stay here. I thought that you maybe would be already on the road, but this is fine. Okay, so go ahead and whatever I healed already, I said it, so that's healed. And now this junction box is gonna.
I figured you would be on the road. I don't care, GM. I don't care what you figured. We are here right now. Why don't you sip your little commentary up and wait for that until after the session? I'm happy to listen to your commentary track after the session. But now we're role-playing. And you are the game master. Or you frame yourself as the storyteller. So why are you interrupting the telling of the story with your commentary track? With those distinguished actors at your table.
Gonna heal 8 damage, but it's 8 bashing, so it takes 2 to heal a lethal. So how many lethal do you currently have, Miss Mary Rose Priscilla?
Well, I don't have any more lethal, I don't believe. I just have the 4. Now I just have 4. Oh, yes, 4 lethal. 4 lethal.
4 lethal. So
Sorry.
that's okay. No, that's perfect. So this actually heals all of that because it's 8 bashing and it takes 2 bashing to heal 1 lethal. So that would just to describe what happens when all of you kind of take hands and then Achilles grabs the open wire from the junction box. Suddenly, whoa, you are filled with the electrical shock, and it makes all your muscles and ligaments and the pieces and machinery inside of you go tense, and you kind of feel them be stretched to their limits. But there's another pleasant sensation, and I can only describe it as it feels like pure life is like filling you, filling your mind. Your mind is racing, but also what passes for your heart, your muscles, they all feel invigorated. And smoke starts to come up from all 3 of you as you form this circuit. And now it is time for me to add one other thing, which is that I think that this is the moment when you become a branded throng, meaning that you are going to brand Achilles, these other characters. This is something your character would know how to do. And once you have done that, you guys will share benefits from having mixed your different alchemical makeups so that you don't cause quite as much disquiet when you're all together, so that you don't waste the world around you quite as much when you're all together. So I will only ask Achilles if he would be willing to spend the Pyros for his firebrand power, and then what kind of symbol he would like everybody to take on.
I think it makes sense because my virtue is hope. So I think it would be the symbol of hope.
Excellent.
Oh, that's a big... Okay, multiple things happened. Let's take it from the top. From the last one, and then work our way backwards. Lots of mechanics talk. As a storyteller, you can say, to rephrase this in a way that would be a bit more immersive. Achilles, with your action, everybody, the other 2 characters, right, become a branded throng. What brand will they carry? Because it's the player is the one that gets to decide. So this is a rules knowledge. Do you understand what it is? If yes, good. Then tell us the effect, the brand of hope. Good. The other part is more difficult. We got a machine here, and Jared Logan is telling them what they feel. Now, the players could decide how they feel, but this is an outside influence of this machine, of this pure energy pumping through its body, through them. So it's not like you have much of a choice how you feel. I think, and this is difficult to describe, and we are entering the territories of splitting hair, of how to do this effectively, because what do you want with this? You want to describe the effects of how it should be, to be true to the world, but also you want the players to know how their characters would feel about it and can roleplay accordingly. So I definitely I would prefer if you describe the pulsing pure energy penetrating your body, pushing your machine's ligaments and muscles to the limit. I like this. Making your mind race, pushing you to the edge. And after a wave of bliss and warmth overcoming you. It's very similar, and if we are role playing in the moment, I might not have the words on it on the spot to role play it very well. So saying that you feel this way is a crutch. I look at this as a crutch. Yeah, it works, but you are also invading how their characters would feel about certain things. Or better way, you are dictating it, what their characters would feel. Even though it's their character, they should be able to decide if it's terrifying or a blissful nirvana experience. But your description should give them the tools to decide how the characters would react. They are playing Promethean Decreed 2nd edition. I don't know the book, I've never played it. And this one is from 2021, so the game is 4.5 years old at this session.
Matching tattoos!
Yes, everybody gets matching tattoos that are like, like charged with electricity. You are all healed, and you are now a branded throng. I will discuss what the benefits of that are as we play. But for now, you have become a branded throng with one another. I have an update to my computer, and we are. You can tell me what you do next.
What was the other lead we have that you mentioned?
Oh yes, that's thank you.
Angels.
Yeah, there are angels. There are reports of angels appearing to the people of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, specifically the Amish people there. Not that you necessarily know what that means or who those people are. Achille probably would.
Would I have a feeling if these angels are dangerous or, not like angels? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so through the occult library that you read all of, the Kashmalam, as they are sometimes.
Now this looks to become a pattern of, do we know anything about the angels? This is a classic problem with lots of role-playing tables. And I'm adding this now because it happens a few times. Don't ask GM questions. Interrogates the world. What do you know?
Through the occult library that you read all of.
So you got an occult library, you've read it all. I think back through my vast knowledge of having read all of the occult library. What I know about these angels, that's interrogating the world. You think back. You have the knowledge as a character, but you as a player do not have the knowledge. So you role play, interrogating the world to figure it out. And Jared Logan will do the exact same thing as he's doing now, except now you have role played and stayed in character. Instead of breaking the illusion and pulling the curtain aside and asking the wizard behind the curtain, who's pulling all the levers. It can be tough to describe those situations. The Game Master should ideally just be discussing the physical reality, lightning coursing through them, or whatever. Yes, I think like if the energy is so vast that it like fills you with pure bliss, or, you know, pushes you to the limits of your consciousness, that to me is on the same level as a hypnosis spell, a suggestion spell. Like somebody is trying to influence your mind from the outside, right? It's an intrusion. It's forceful. And it just happens. And then afterward, the players can describe like how they felt about it in character. So you can have both in a way. You can have both. But usually, like with other games, it might come down to a roll. I think I've been doing this myself a few times as well. So it's not like it's a difficult thing, and more you have to pay attention when it happens to catch yourself. If you're just like playing how you usually play, most people don't notice that they are telling the players how the characters are feeling and like literally just putting it on top of them. But it's the player's character. It should be their choice. Or it could be down to a roll. You know, if a dragon hops down and roars at the party, that should be... It can be a roll, a fear check. If the Terminator enters the room, like somebody shoots a shotgun at him and the bullets literally just like squash on his chest and fall to the ground. Do you really need a fear check, or do you just let the players role play? Whether they're badass or like superhuman or expected this or are mighty impressed and fall off their chair. Yeah, framing it as an intrusion can work, especially if they have to make a saving throw or equivalent, fail a sanity roll, for example. Then the GM briefly control the player character. And in this case, they like all, it's basically they all like held onto the fork and jammed it into the electrical outlet. So yeah, you're getting rumbled. You all bought into this.
The Kashmalam, as they
Right, I'm running out of time. We got 20 minutes. Let's actually, I will take this moment to jump forward by an hour. We are skipping like 30 minutes because I don't have much time left. So let's see if we are still doing role playing, or if we're asking questions and checking rolls and making jokes.
But right now, because there's several little communities dotted around Lancaster, but it's going to take you like a full night and like some of the next day to kind of identify all of them. But if you do, you might learn something. Do you want to kind of just explore for a little while?
Can we explore?
Or do you want to act?
Can we explore and preach out whenever someone is passing about how we're searching for angels?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that would be acting.
Can I say that Cyprian maybe took a Bible from that church because they're fascinated by the word, because they're a creature of words?
Sure. Certainly you could have taken a Bible. So you have like the New International version of the Bible. and so okay, so you guys search around for a while, but it sounds like Mary Rose is trying to kind of reach out to Amish people when they go by in like their wagons or whatever. So let's see.
We've watched it happen twice in a row. Josephine asking a question, can I do this? And Ross Bryant asking, can I do that? Can I get the Bible? Don't ask your game master for permission. Act in character. Now, this looks like a bit of a retroactive move from like Ross of, oh yeah, I would have liked to have a Bible from the church, but we moved on from the scene, so. How do you do that? Like, just roll with the punches. You didn't think about it now. What is happening? We jumped 30 minutes. So, we are figuring it out. I'm going back a bit.
Version of sure, certainly you could have taken.
And maybe took a.
So, what did he say? What did Ross Bryant say?
Okay, yeah, so that would be acting.
Can I say that Cyprian maybe took a Bible from that church because they're fascinated by the word?
I don't know, Ross. Can you say that? Who's in control of your character? It's you. Yes, you can. I've asked the church, I tell the church, oh, I am infatuated by the word. Can I take a Bible with me? Thank you. You don't even need to wait for the game master to respond if you can. You just assume he agrees. And if the game master disagrees, right, then you can roleplay it off of, oh, right, like the Cyprian just assumed that he would be allowed. And then you can roleplay off of that. But if the game master agrees, then you literally get what you want, but you stayed in character and you acted. You took action, right?
Because they're a creature of words.
Sure, certainly.
You can 4D that with a luck roll. You can just 4D that. Why are we asking permission if we get a Bible from the church because you want to know more about your Lord and Savior? All this is making reasonable assumptions about the world. No luck roll needed. We don't need to gamble whether or not this inconsequential action gets to happen or not. You could, if you want to, but it's unnecessary. All you do is make reasonable assumptions about the world and act in it. Take actions. Stop asking for permission. This is why I wrote it down as a note. Don't ask the game master permission.
You could have taken a Bible. So you have like the New International Version of the Bible. And so, okay, so you guys search around for a while, but it sounds like Mary Rose is trying to kind of reach out to Amish people when they go by in like their wagons or whatever. So let's see how that goes.
The wagons or whatever. Well, are they wagons or are they not wagons?
Yeah, reach out, touch faith. So
personal
Mary Rose.
Promethean.
Mary Rose, give me a socialize roll.
Oh, no.
You can add your presence to it. The problem with this is that Amish they don't like outsiders. That's just sort of a generally true thing. Like they are separate.
The Amish don't like outsiders. Okay. Now I'm looking to see if this is relevant to the role or not. If he's gonna explain that. Maybe it's supposed to mean something to the players. I think it's okay to just describe that roll your social with presence. And the Amish don't like outsiders.
Separatists for a reason, and so this requires 4 successes to get a good reaction.
Yeah, go ahead. So right, I'm more or less fine with this. Josephine described what she does with Miss Mary Rose, asking around. Roll your social with presence. The Amish don't like outsiders. You need 4, right? Social presence. You need 4 successes.
Sorry.
Ooh.
But
Is
it
there
did
a
happen.
way that I can use manipulation in this in some way?
You can use manipulation if Achille can tell you everything you need to know to talk to these people the right way. So Achille, give me a academics, because this isn't occult. This
Can I manipulate the Amish? What are we doing here? You're negotiating with the storyteller of if you could use a different skill roll. Why? Why are we doing this? Describe your character being a manipulative little weasel. This little rat of a girl. Now, if the game master asks for a social check, you might say, and this is not really for the roleplay, but they don't know, right? I'm trying to give advice that helps them or people at home. I'm looking to roll manipulate. And then you role play. As I chat with them, looking for angles, manipulating them, like playing them off one another to gain the information I'm looking for. And it's like it's like one step removed from role playing. It's describing your intent instead of role playing it out, because you might have difficulty thinking of how would your character, who is playing a little girl, manipulate the Amish. There you go. Now the game master can either give it to you or say that doesn't work, roll social anyways. But I don't like this whole negotiating with the storyteller.
This is academics.
Okay.
Give me an academics plus intelligence roll.
Okay, great. We've only got 3 die here, so let's hope everything goes well. It does. It does. 1 success.
That's enough. Achille
Great.
has kind of given you what you need to know about the Amish culture, and so
Why are you talking? Achille rolled a 1. 1 success. You already told him what it does. Achille, you give Miss Mary Rose the information. Role play it out. Role play it out. Here is the information, Mary. Go ahead. It's your time to shine. And you role play, you know. You walk up to Miss Mary, like put your hand on her shoulder, kneel down, whisper something into her ear, and Josephine can roleplay like her eyes lighting up with a mischievous gleam in them. A small spark.
that helps you in your manipulation attempt. You may now use manipulation plus socialize. I think that
What
you,
is
Mary Rose,
socialize?
socialize is in your social skills, and you don't have
I
any,
see.
so you're gonna take a
I
negative
see.
1. You'll take a -1 to your dice pool.
Great. So I need 4 successes. I have 3 dice in my hand.
Can you
So
use willpower?
Oh, I just
Good
got it back. Yes. All right.
Or could
I'm
I
gonna
help?
yes.
Okay, guys, I'm done. I'm done with this. I can't. Let's wrap it up. Jesus. Okay. I need a break. Oh. Why? Let's play a game where we all don't know the rules. It's ridiculous. Okay, just making sure the music is not too loud. You are trying to achieve something. You've been asked, roll social. Oh, I don't want to roll socials. I suck. I have no points in social. Okay, Akili, make a check. You can give her a bonus. Yes, Akili succeeds. Okay, roll social now. Oh, I still have no checks. Okay. Ross Bryant, can I do something to help? It's no. No. How are you calling yourself a storyteller at the head of this table? Playing with actors. Capital A actors. That know their shit. That know about story beats, about the back and forth between player characters, like how to pass a turn. And yet, you are arguing, bickering about rules. Trying to get every single edge you can. Like, oh, but I can use willpower. Salim says with a smug grin on his face. What are we doing? That's not roleplay. If all you care about rules, why are we here? The magic of roleplay is experiencing the world through the eyes of your character with a group of people at the table, role-playing back and forth. The worst part of this all is this was a social encounter, right? It's a fucking church. It's the Amish. Nobody is role-playing with the Amish people. They are just talking about social roles. I don't know where they are. They are like wagons or whatever. Literally quoting Jared Logan here. Wagons or whatever. What am I supposed to imagine here? That was a pretty trash description. The players are all floating heads. They are here, all in range, but not here really. Floating about. Trying to figure out how to manipulate the Amish to get what they want. To figure out more information about the angel. When you could have done the exact same thing in character. Thanks, I hated it. I'm gonna have to write you up for sure. And I need a smoke.
No smoking inside.
Yes, I'll smoke inside. Look. It's called a role-playing game. I don't know you personally. This is not a personal attack. I just want you to stay in character. Say where you are, what you're doing. Speak in character. Don't ask the game master. Don't ask the storyteller. I want you to interrogate the world instead. We got a few notes. I'll switch over so we can look at the notes again. Like, what do we have written down? Right? To give you some help. Anchor your character. No commentary during roleplay. I don't want any like sidetrack commentary. Like we are watching the movie while the director is talking about how the scene was bad. Or here's a funny joke. I don't want a commentary track. Do not dictate how characters feel. Don't ask the game master questions. Interrogate the world instead. Like that's a two-parter. Don't ask the game master questions, interrogate the world instead. And don't ask the game master for permission. Just act. Act and assume what is reasonable to assume in the world. That a church will give you a Bible if you show yourself enthusiastic enough to know more. And if you ask. Every church I've been to was no problem about this whatsoever. If it was a problem, the game master would tell you. He would make it a problem. But until then, you just go with it. And this last thing, if you're role-playing with the Amish, just talking character with them. It's a social encounter. Do a social role, like. But everybody at this table is like allergic role playing to these Amish people. The game master is allergic describing the scene, so we can visualize what it's looking like. It's Blake, boys. I've heard these were the best. I think I've seen better. Now it's 4 years old, but hey. Like, roleplay is not a skill that is now suddenly being developed. We are only putting it into the rules into words now. But people have been role-playing for 40 years! We've been said. We've been told. People have been role-playing for 40 years! But I don't see it. I'm looking. I don't see it. Some home tables, sure. Their own rules, maybe. This isn't it. Sentenced to 1 season of Critical Role. You have to watch it all. Alright. Writing up my report. I'm sending it over to the police. I'm sure they will arrest you for it, but might take a while. I want to thank you guys all for watching. If you have any last minute questions, do let me know. Like, am I being too harsh on these people? Look, I'm not here making the rules. I'm just here looking for crimes against roleplay. Because that's what I want in the city. I want John Roleplay to feel safe when he walks down Night City. With that, thank you for the stream. Thank you for showing up, Warden. I hope you're having a good day. And again, check out the Beginner's Footy Handbook in the description below. It's free, literally free. Pay what you want. It gives you all the tools you need to get more roleplay happening at your table, to stay in character for as long as possible, and how to achieve that, to make it a more fun hobby. And you can also check out the book, the 40 Mixtape, which we've just now released about a week ago, like 5 days ago. It's fresh, it's new, it's linked down below. The 40 Mixtape. It's pay what you want. We have like 16 games and scenarios and more in there. It's all thriller and no filler. Personally, I've contributed a few pieces of art. We have amazing artists like Kerr and Mo. We got amazing writers like Uriah himself, Uriah Edwards, the legends, Roll On Buddy. We got Nicholas Camargo from Etra RPG. We got Conway. We got Space Roadies. Werewolf game in there as well. You can play as kaijus fighting robots. You can play as wage slave zombies. There was some weird stuff in there, but very fun. You can run it as pickup games, as one-shots. Bring it up to the table. Hey guys, do you want to play something? I got this new book. Easy rolls using the Mithras, I think it's Mithras Imperative as like a baseline for a rule set with their orc license. It was a ton of fun to create. And if you want to support more community projects by people who are passionate about roleplay, you can check it out. You can get it for free and just see if you like it at first. And if you like it, you can buy it again for like $10 or whatever you feel is worth it to you. But it's us giving back to the community of allowing, giving them a system to roleplay with and different scenarios to have fun with, to show that, well, mostly for fun, but also it's something that you can actually use and play with and have a good time with. And thank you guys for showing up with that. I'm gonna close out for tonight. I need a drink. Goodbye, everybody.